a new piece of legislation in Canada, Bill C-8 in the House of Commons, would send parents to jail if they decline to facilitate a transgender gender transition for their minor children. Yep, if your 6-year-old girl wants to have her uterus removed and you say, "No, sweetie, you're a girl, we're not going to do that," well, it's prison for you. Sneaky. These liberals are sneaky, always trying to hide their true agenda in bills they pretend are just protecting kids from abusive pray the gay away camps. We on this show exposed a similar fraudulent bill in California. Don't think we're going to let Canada get away with it either. This is the language of the bill, C-8. The bill bans conversion therapy, but how do they define conversion therapy? In the legislation, conversion therapy is defined as, quote, a practice, treatment, or service designed to change a person's sexual orientation to heterosexual or gender identity to cisgender, or to repress or reduce non-heterosexual attraction or sexual behavior, end quote. So if your 8-year-old son says he's a girl, and you, as a parent, tell him gently, "No, you're a boy," if you don't take him to a gender identity confirming therapist and start him on transgender hormones that will chemically castrate him and put him on the road to infertility and then drive him to surgery to cut off his genitals, then you as a parent can face 5 years in jail. And if your family counselor tells your 16-year-old lesbian daughter that it's unhealthy to have sexual orgies in her bedroom, well, might as well drive that counselor to the slammer. That is illegal now, too, since you can't do anything intended to, and I quote the bill, repress or reduce somebody's non-heterosexual sexual behavior. The language of the bill, not mine. Is there an exemption for Christians, you might ask, for Muslims, Jews who believe doctrinally that God ordains gender and we can't change it with plastic surgery or pharmaceuticals? What about parents who believe in science, in 2 genders dictated by our DNA? Is there an exemption for religious or scientific counselors or doctors who decline to practice this quack gender ideology and pretend it's medicine? Nope. Doctors and counselors can face 5 years in jail, too, for refusing to affirm a child's gender dysphoria. And the only exception in this legislation allows, quote, a practice, treatment, or service that relates to a person's exploration of their identity or to its development, end quote. But what doctor in their right mind would facilitate such an exploration when it's illegal to suggest that a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl and that they can't change that? And when the punishment for that is 5 years in jail if liberal politicians find out that a doctor used language that just isn't quite woke enough. Remember, the scientific evidence shows that over 80% of children with gender dysphoria outgrow it by the time they're 18 years old if they don't transition as children. But if this bill becomes law, will it be illegal for parents and doctors to say that? This bill must be stopped. Parents, doctors, religious people, science-minded folks in Canada, tell the House of Commons to vote no on C-8.